Sunday the 13th of April. How's everybody doing? I do not have my computer here with me, so I do not know. I won't be able to see much of anything. Hopefully I'll be able to see the comments as they come through. I'm looking for those. So we got about 20 people on here. Already 4 thumbs up. What do you give me thumbs up for? I'm not even talking yet, but I appreciate it. So no microphones, no computer, nothing. Just stripped down, bare bones tonight. Waiting for a comment to come in that you can see me and hear me okay before we get going any further. Might be a little better. All right, here we go. Steve Steele, Ryan Purchase, Luke, Blue Line Outdoors, good to see you. Jim Dabrowski, loud and clear. Thanks, Lima Charlie from Jim, almost every Sunday. So, like I said, I don't have my computer, so I'm going to have a hard time maybe seeing the comments as they come through, but I'll do my best. And I don't have a whole lot for tonight. Mark Ramj, am I saying that right? Got it. I mess up everybody's last name, I apologize. Nick, how you doing? Loud and clear from Luke again. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot going on tonight. No guest tonight. We're going to go over the new Dreamweaver pack for April. We're going to give you some good news, some bad news on that. We'll do a little Q&A on that. If you notice, you probably see that everything is probably backwards, like you're in a mirror. And if you're seeing that way, Dave Robbins, good to see you, man. Hope you're feeling well. If it looks that way to you, I've done everything I can with YouTube to try to get that thing changed. I don't know what the issue is. They don't know what the issue is. It seems that it's affected a small group of people. Sounds good. Thanks, Tim. And I just cannot get that thing fixed. So I have a feeling it's an iPhone thing. And Al Schroeder, I have a feeling it's an iPhone thing because it seemed to start happening right after I did an iPhone update. Like, you guys have done that, I'm sure. Like, you do an iPhone update and all of a sudden things stop working on your older iPhones. I mean, this is an iPhone 12. It's not that old. Hey, Tim, good to see you. Tim Schlau. It's not that old. But it seems like anytime you do an iPhone update, something goes wrong. And I know it's planned obsolescence. I know that's what it is. And I know they want you to buy new things. And I have a feeling that's what this whole thing is corresponding to. So maybe I'll end up getting a new phone to fix this whole issue. Maybe not. I don't know. Bob Hunter, good to see you. Yeah, you're at Meyer and fishing sucks. Thanks, Bob. I got trips all week. Good to hear that. Yeah, it has been pretty crappy. We'll talk about that. But anyway, if I feel like my nose is running, I apologize. If the screen is mirrored the wrong way, you're seeing things the wrong way, there's nothing I can do about it. So we'll just bear with me on that, please. Joe Wilbaum, good to see you also. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if I hold up a spin doctor, is that the right way or is that the right way? I mean, what's it matter, right? Who cares? All right, anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Happy Sunday to you. How was everybody's weekend? Tell me how your weekend was. Mine was pretty boring. Not boring. I shouldn't say boring. Kind of uneventful. I gotta find a tissue here. My nose is running. Hold on just a second. There, that's better. Anyway, yeah. Uneventful weekend. I fished on, what day was it? Thursday. Fishing was bad on the river. Water was still super muddy. Didn't do much over the weekend. Did yard work. I bet you I probably got 2 phone calls all weekend and maybe less than a dozen texts, which was nice. You know, it's nice in a way when you get that kind of laid back weekend. Yeah, just uneventful. Hope everybody else is doing well. Let's just jump right into that. I know walleye fishing down in Detroit, down in Saginaw, is really starting to pick up. So I know a lot of people are doing that, and I'm a little jealous of that. That's fine. I got to get down with my first mate, Tim, one of these days. He keeps inviting me to come down, and I keep putting him off because I'm busy, which I am. But I need to get down there and do that. I know walleye fishing is really starting to pick up. I know coho down in southern Michigan, Illinois, Indiana. I know those places are starting to really pick up. I'm a little jealous on that also. But it sounds like everything's starting to really happen. Yeah, I know, Al. Perch in the backyard. I know there's perch out in Portage too. I know walleye are coming into Portage too late tonight. We can talk about that also. Eating square fish at Culver's there, Randy? Yeah, the wind, or it sucks. Yeah, I know. The wind's starting to pick up. I've got trips every day this week on the river except Friday, and I think Friday's going to be booked. I'm still waiting back on that. So I know this week is going to be hit and miss at best with the wind coming up. Anyway, let's talk about that all here in a little while. We'll talk about the fishing report. We'll talk about some other things. I don't have a guest tonight. I'm working on having a guest for next Sunday. Hopefully I can get somebody coming and do the home port series. That's been going really well. It's been enjoyable. Hey, Teresa Flanders. Had a bridal shower yesterday. Yeah, it's that time of the year for that too. Luke, you had a tournament, first one there. Nice, good. Yeah, I know things are really starting to pick up. But yeah, we'll talk about a few things. Like I said, I'm fishing all week. Let's talk about the Dreamweaver pack for April, because we've been waiting on that. I know. And here's, like I said, there's good news, bad news on this. Hey, Chris Olson, good to see you. Oh, anybody notice this? The fish no longer works. I came in here one night and the cord was just mangled. Like somebody put it through a chainsaw. I don't know what happened. I talked to the owner here and he doesn't have a clue. So we're going to have to get a replacement on that. I think we might go neon on that. Maybe a nice Dreamweaver neon thing over there. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Who cares? But yeah, I have no idea what the heck happened to that thing. It's like somebody got ticked off and destroyed it. Hugh Merrill says you just became a member. Hugh, you've been a member forever. I don't think that's right. Sometimes it does that. The cat and the dog, yeah. I don't think there's a cat and a dog in here. Who knows? Anyway, where the heck was I? Dreamweaver. Let's do the Dreamweaver pack. Here's the good news, bad news. The pack is done. The pack consists of, and I'm going to go through all of it here because it's a nice kit. You guys and gals are going to get a nice kit. And I don't have final price on it yet. I think it's going to be right around $50, which means you're going to get a heck of a nice deal on this too. That's all the good news. The bad news is Dreamweaver's website is down right now. I just was talking with them. They're hoping it will be back up tomorrow. Once it's back up and running, I'll hop on, do a live stream and let everybody know that it's up and going. And then I'll put a link to this as well so you can get this kit, because you're going to want this kit. So this kit is one 11-inch paddle, two 8-inch spin doctors, two custom spoons, and a bay rat. And we'll go over all that. Everything in this is custom except for the bay rat. In fact, the two spin doctors and one of the spoons are my creations, and the other ones are Dreamweaver creations. So let's do the bay rat first. I'm just going to open these things right up too. In fact, I'll probably end up giving this kit away. We'll make a decision on that later. But so everybody knows coho time, brown time, shallow water fishing time. What's the one body bait you gotta have? Red with the black squiggles. And that is the bay rat version of that. That is going to catch you some nice fish. Shallow diver, so you can run that thing on long lines. Or I'm sorry, on flat lines. You can run it on a 1 or 2 core if you want. That's going to be a really nice addition to this kit. And those are hard to get. I know in the bay rat world, that thing right there, it's been really hard to get, and I think we're going to end up selling Dreamweaver out of every one of these. So that's in the kit. 11-inch paddle. One moment. This is a custom. They don't have this one in stock. You'll probably never see it again. That is an 11-inch UV Wonder Bread paddle, and I'm going to end up stealing a couple of these somehow. I might stick these in my shoes or whatever. That thing, that's nice. I want to run that thing right now. I cannot wait to put that thing out there for salmon. That thing with a pickled sunshine or a riverside or a blue-green dolphin, money shot. I cannot wait to put that on a center downrigger. That thing is going to be bad to the bone. So we got that. We have a DW size spoon, which normally is called like the standard size. You guys, if you're making comments, if you're asking me questions, I can't see them just yet. I'm not that quick to be able to open things and read at the same time. I chewed up too many crayons today. Walked into too many walls. Can't even open the package. All right, here we go. So this is another custom. Like I said, every one of these except that Bay Rat is custom. This thing right here, I cannot wait to get that out on a sunny day on a copper or a lead core. That thing on a 10 color or 300 copper is going to be absolutely juicy. That thing looks good. UV tape with the black line down the side. You cannot get any more just bare bones stripped down than that, and that is going to catch fish. Here's the spoon that I came up with. It's a SS size. I've had this spoon in my head for a while, and I know it'll work. I have no doubt it'll work spring, summer, fall, any of those times. This is going to be a good one. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up putting this one into the catalog. We'll find out. All right. SS size. Green down one side, yellow fluorescent down the other side, then black dots with green dots inside. That thing right there is going to be a monster. I cannot wait to run that on a free slider. That thing is going to be money. Okay, give me your thoughts on these two. Give me your feedback. What do you think on all of these so far? Let me know what you're thinking, what's going to work well, how you're going to run them. I'd love to hear all of your feedback as well. All right, 2 spin doctors left. These are both my creations. I came in here one day. I know how lucky I am. I really do. I know how blessed I am. I can come in here and fart around, make up things, come up with some custom stuff. It's got to be springtime because my nose is just running. Anyway, so this one's my take. Excuse me. This one's my take on the Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer's been around for a long time. It's a darn good one. I added a little more UV into the Dragon Slayer. The pickle box. Thanks, Salmon. Yeah, not bad. So I added a little more UV into the Dragon Slayer, and this is what I came up with. And this is going to be a bad you-know-what out there on the water. UV ladder, UV down the side, green hollow down the other side, prism back, 8-inch spin doctors. That thing right there is going to put some fish in the box. I think we're going to call this one the Electric Dragon. I think that's the final name we're coming up with. So give me your thoughts on that. Yeah, I don't have a name on that spoon yet, Teresa. Not sure what we're going to call that one yet, but it does look good though, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm looking forward to running that thing. Wasn't there a lure Jensen paddle that looked like that spoon? Yeah, there could be. Could be why that's in my brain. Anyway, last spin doctor. Another 8-inch. This one, I cannot wait to run. This one looked the best to me out of the whole kit. So this one right here, try to get the best light on it. White glow crush down that side. UV ladder over the top of a blue hollow ladder. Then blue UV, or just UV rather, down that side. Prism back. It's hard to get these things in exactly the right light to give you the whole, how it really looks. That looks pretty good there. But that thing right there is going to catch some serious fish. Both of those, I think, came out pretty darn good. Give me your comments. Let me know what you think on those. My nose is still running. I'm going to get a drink of water. Yeah, let me know what you think. Anyway, that's the April kit for Dreamweaver this month. Should be out sometime this week. I'll give you a look again. The UV paddle, the spoon, the SS spoon, and the, thanks Doug, appreciate that. Yeah, thanks Zach, appreciate that. Those spoons right there are going to be deadly. You got the Bay Rat. I'll get you a little better view on that. You got the Bay Rat for the coho and the browns. And then you got the 2 8-inch spin doctors. So going to be very, very nice additions to the tackle box this year. Like I said, I will let you know when these things are available. Yeah, Ryan Purchase, I agree with the Mirage Fly. Yeah, that would be good. It'd be a good combo. Yeah, I'll let you guys know this week when that is up and running. Keep an eye on the Dreamweaver site also. You'll be able to see for yourself when that thing's up and running. Put this garbage over here. I'll throw it away later. That's the DW kit for the week. Where do I want to go from that? Thanks, Teresa. Appreciate that. Yeah, it should be pretty good. Where do I want to go after that? I want to do a little fishing report. We can do that. The river. It's hit and miss right now. I know the little manistee has been doing pretty darn well. The big manistee has been off and on. Excuse me. Buzz, please take your money. I think DW is going to be taking a lot of people's money on this. I know I'll probably buy a couple of these packs too. I want to definitely put these two in my arsenal without a doubt. I would really want to put that one there. Okay, yeah, all of them. Anyway, the river, hit and miss. The water is still a little muddy. It's finally starting to filter out a little. We fished last Thursday. We never put a fish in the boat, but we didn't fish above High Bridge. I fished from High Bridge all the way down to Rainbow Bend. And we probably had a half dozen legitimate bites, but we never hooked anything up. Up above High Bridge, up to the dam, I think people have been doing a little bit better. I'm not a dam kind of guy. I'm not that guy that likes to go up there and get in a gunfight every other day because there's a million people up there, and everybody owns their section of water and will defend it with a howitzer. That is just not where I like to go. So for me, High Bridge down is where I've been fishing. I think now that the water's cleared out a little, it's going to be a better bite. There's no doubt about that. Fish are dropping back. I think the majority of them are done spawning. There's probably still a few that are spawning in there. The steelhead are still going. I think the majority, though, are going to be dropbacks. It's going to be time for beads, bright beads down in that murkier water. Hitting the nice runs all the way back through, especially back at the end of the tailouts where they like to sit and try to gobble up all that spawn that's coming down. So find the longer runs, find some of those tailouts, run some nice shiny beads through there. You should be doing just fine. You should get a few fish if you're going out on the river. Little River, like I said, I hear it's been doing okay. Probably better than the Big Man. I don't know. I haven't fished it. Oh, can't really tell you much on that. Perch around Manistee. I know Manistee Lake is starting to pick up some perch. I know Portage Lake is starting to pick up some perch. Sounds like minnows and wigglers are the ticket out there on perch rigs. No real color standing out more than anything else. Thanks, Nick. Out there on the point off Portage Lake, the hotel hole, the point out by the channel. That could be good places for those perch to accumulate. Off 9th Street in Manistee, good place to go there. Pier fishing, I hear, has been doing pretty good. People throwing little Cleos off the piers. Been catching a few brown trout as well as some steelhead. Surf fishing, same thing. I'd be throwing spawn bags off the surf if I was doing that. Getting it out there in that second or third sandbar and just sitting down on your butt in a lawn chair with a cold beverage of your choice and just waiting for that thing to go. I know that walleye are starting to show up around Manistee for their spawn run. Of course, they're still closed right now. Don't go crazy. You can fish walleye still in the Great Lakes, but you can't fish them inside any of the pier heads. So keep that in mind if you're going to look for some walleye. Hey, Joe Roberts from Duluth, good to see you. Dan Canham, good to see you. Something else I wanted to mention right there, and I just forgot. Oh, brown trout. Around Manistee, I've been hearing decent numbers of brown trout coming in. Sounds like stick baits have been the ticket. Your standard Rapala floaters. I really like running husky jerks as well. Browns can be really spooky fish, though. Sometimes even that rattle and a husky jerk will send them off. So if you're not getting bit, try switching things up to the thin fin or the what's the other one there? There's a thin fin and the brads. I think they're two different. Anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, thin fins, your floating husky or your floating Rapalas, they can do numbers for you. I love Gold. I love Gold. That's such a good movie. I almost did a Gold memory quote there. Anyway, I kind of did. Gold, silver, and that color right there for browns are my go-tos every time. Gold, silver, naturals. And that red or that black with the red with the black squiggles are my go-tos for browns. What else is going on around here? Tangle tackle still selling. We talked about that a little on the last episode last Sunday. I think it's really getting close to being at the end. I've asked them to. If you look on the website, you'll see my videos are no longer on there. Yeah, Dan Canham, it is a good walleye. So my videos are down off the website. My bio is down off the Tangle Tackle website. Still have not come up with a new name for the channel. Working on that still. I'm going to have to go through and I'll probably end up deleting a couple videos. Not Nothing to worry about. I'm not going to delete any of the instructional stuff, but any of the promotional ones that I did for the shop, I'm probably going to take those down. Not probably, I am going to take those down. I think I need to do that. I still need to come up with a name. I'm going to have to go through and change most, if not all, of the descriptions on every video on this channel. So, yeah, I hear you, Phil. I mean, name the channel Dark Blue. It's just so, I mean, I get it. Everybody on this channel knows that's the name of my charter, Dark Blue Charters. But it is so otherwise generic. Like if you're scrolling through YouTube, you got to think about what catches people's eyes. And I appreciate everybody being here. But if you were just scrolling through YouTube and you just saw dark blue fishing, it's just another drop in that giant YouTube fishing bucket. So I need to come up with something that's a little more eye-catching and ear-catching. I'll think of something. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to have to go through and remove or change a bunch of, if not all of the video descriptions on this channel. It's going to be time consuming. It's going to take a little work. Great Lakes fishing friends, tangled. Yeah, I got to stay away from tangled tackle though. I think I told everybody last week. I have nothing against the new owners coming into tangled tackle. I think they're going to do fine there. We just couldn't come to a monetary agreement. I asked for a little kickback and they politely declined. So that's fine. It's their prerogative. I wish them well. Like I said, I have no ill feelings towards them whatsoever. I hope they absolutely go in there and smoke it, which I'm sure they will. I'll find another home. If not, I'll just run solo. I'm happy with that too. All right. What else you guys want to talk about? We've been talking for, how long have we been talking? 20 minutes. Hey, Steve Eddie, good to see you. We got questions. Maybe I got answers. Throw them out there. I didn't do a super chat goal this week. You guys are so supportive of the channel. You know, thank you for all the super chats in the past. If you throw anything out tonight, thank you in advance. But I didn't put a goal out tonight. I'm just here. I want to see if I can do anything to help you guys and gals out. The season is here. We got the Dreamweaver kit for April here. It's going to be good. Got any questions? McLovin's trolling tirade. Not bad. Not bad at all. Leroy Dowding from Purple Taco. Good to see you. Do I run any lithiums for my electronics? No, I do not. Nathan Peabody, you just sent me a super chat, Nathan. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Really does help. Really does help the channel. Supports the channel. Thank you. Everybody say thanks to Nathan if you have a second. I really do appreciate it. I gotta kind of scoot in here to see these comments. Yeah, Dan Canham. Yeah, he runs lithiums, I'm sure, on some of his stuff. Anyway, Leroy Dowding is here from Purple Taco Fly Supply. Leroy and I were just talking not too long ago. We'll have that 5 new fly video actually out here within the next, I'll say within the next 10 days. So you'll get those 5 new flies for Purple Taco for this year. If you have never tied your own trolling flies, where the heck have you been? Get on there and do it. You're going to save a ton of money. There's the very first video on this channel. We go through and we show you exactly how to tie your own trolling flies. It's going to cost you less than $1 to do each one, probably less than 50 cents. Go on there, tie up your own flies, get your stuff from Purple Taco. They are the worldwide leader. I don't know if that's true. I'm just going to say it anyway. They are the worldwide leader in trolling fly material. If there's something out there in your crazy brain that you want to go tie up for a trolling fly, look at Purple Taco, find it. You can do it, tie up your own stuff. But what I was alluding to is every year we put out 5 new recipes for 5 new trolling flies, because when I first started tying my own flies, that was the hiccup that I had. I didn't know what to tie. You know, I look at other companies' flies and go, man, that looks really darn good. I'd like to do something like that. So Leroy and I talked, and for the last 5 years, Leroy, I think it is now, we put 5 new fly recipes out every year. They're on the Purple Taco Fly or Purple Taco Fly Supply website. Go on there, click on the recipe thing, and you can tie as many flies as you want to, or come up with your own stuff. There's nothing more satisfying, I think, than going out there and catching a fish on something that you came up with, especially a fly behind a flasher maybe you design. Go on there, have fun. They are super nice people, and they have the best stuff out there for trolling flies. And I missed a bunch of comments, and I apologize. I was rambling on. Man, my face is red. Anybody else? I have eczema, and every time I look in this camera, I can just see how red my face is. But I will not ever wear makeup. That's the last thing I would ever do. But yeah, you can definitely see it on the camera. Had it since I was a kid. Nothing I can do about it. Really comes out in the summertime. Anybody else out there has eczema or rosacea, psoriasis, whatever it may be, boy, it can really come out in the summertime. Yeah, shout out to Purple Taco. Look, sunburn, windburn. Yeah, we can blame it on that. That's fine. Thanks, Skunk. Appreciate it. Looks like I just drank a whole bottle of gin, which I did not. Let's not start that rumor. All right. Any other questions? Throw them out there. We'll give it a couple more minutes. We got 130 people here. Yeah, Hugh Merrill, 2 years as a Tangle Tackle Army member. Thanks, Hugh. You're a good dude. He's got to be up in that 2-star general status by now. And if you got any questions for Purple Taco, I mean, Leroy's here. Ask him. Ask him. Leroy, he and I were talking a little. We're going to try to come out with the new flies. We're going to try to add in some of the newer material from this year and the year before. Give you guys and gals some fun new stuff to go out there and play with. When am I putting the lake boat in, Eric? Good question. Probably about 2 weeks. I'm waiting to see if the low water levels has affected my marina at all. I have a feeling that it has, and it makes me a little worried that big boat, that big old girl, is not gonna go through the opening without scraping the screws on the sand on the bottom. So I'm waiting to see where we sit on that before I go throwing that thing in the water. Soon though, it's gotta be soon. Thanks, Tim Schloud. Appreciate that great news. 1.8 feet. My boat's not going to get through 1.8 feet on draft. There's no way. I hope they have a plan on getting some dredging done in there as soon as they can. Because I got trips. I think my earliest trip is May 10th. So, yeah, and that's another thing I wanted to throw out there. I forgot. If you guys and gals want to get out fishing in May, it is the time to get out there and do it. And I'm not just talking about if you want to come book a charter with me, I'd love to take you out there. But if you have another one in your area you want to go with, May fishing, if it's anything like last year, and I'm pretty darn sure it will be, it's going to be on fire. They're already starting to show up. The good kings are already starting to show up on the south side of the lake, and they're coming up. So it's not going to be long. Excuse me. Somebody just asked a question about steelhead. I missed, I think, how many times they spawn. They spawn in the spring. I'm not sure what the rest of that was. Yeah, Nick, will the marina dredge to get all the customers in? Remains to be seen. We will find out. I would certainly hope so, right? I mean, if we're all going to be paying almost $2,500 a year for a slip, you would definitely think that they got to use the money for the benefit of the marina. All right, anybody else got anything else? Byron Bever, 5 hours in Detroit, no fish. Hey, dang. Yeah, I agree. May's going to be really good this month. Well, Blind Osprey on here. I haven't seen him yet. What's going on, Tim? Good to see you. Sorry, Tim, I have not taken you up yet on that invitation to get down there and go fishing with you. You know how it is around here. Busy. You know what? I'll do this because I think the May fishing is going to be that good. If anybody wants to book with me in May, and they are filling up quickly, I don't think I have any weekends left. If anybody wants to come book with me in May on a weekday, I'll knock $100 off the trip for up to 4 people. So normal rates are $700. I'll knock it down to $600 on a weekday in May, from May 10 until May 31. If you want to come with me, come out fishing with me. May, weekdays only. So Monday through We'll make it Monday through Thursday because I count Friday as part of the weekend. Monday through Thursday, May 10th through May 31st, I'll knock $100 off a trip. My website is darkbluecharters.com, or you can email me darkbluecharters@gmail.com. I'd be happy to get you out. Good luck with your state exams, Ryan. Be safe. All right, I think we're winding down. Recap it real quick. Dreamweaver kit. You get the 11-inch UV Wonder Bread. God, that thing looks good. Cannot wait to try that. You get the red with black squiggles, the Bay Rat, Shallow Diver. That's going to catch you walleye, coho, browns, pike, bass, you name it. You get the 2 custom spoons. The green and the yellow with the dots is my creation. The other one is a DW creation. That one's a super slim. That one's a standard size. Those are going to catch you fish. And you get both of the Spin Doctors. I think that one, like I said, is going to be called the Electric Dragon, which is a pretty good name for it. And I think we're going to call that one maybe the Meat Locker. But both of those, try to get a little better coloration. Anyway, both of those are coming in the kit. You're going to get all 6 of those things for right around $50. Right around $50. So I will make another video during the week whenever the website's back up for Dreamweaver when you can get these things. I don't know what the quantity is on this. I don't know how many they have. So I would not wait too long. If you see them come up and they're available, I'd grab them. Man, I can't disagree with you. That is a great price. And guys, don't quote me on that. Don't call up Dreamweaver and say, hey, that dummy Chris on Tangle Tackle said I can get it for $50. Don't do that, please. You can hate me. That's fine. I got big shoulders. It should be right around $50. So if it's $54.99 or $57 or something like that, hey, that's still a darn good deal. Really good deal. All right, we'll give it a couple more minutes here. If any more comments coming, anybody else has a question, I'll grab it real quick. Otherwise, I'm out of here. That's my boat. I sound like Forrest Gump. That is my boat. Any word on the bait fish around Manistee? No, Salmon Slayer. No, I have not been out. Judging on the amount of browns though that people have been catching, I got to think that the bait fish have been pretty good. So if that answers your question, and based on what I saw last year at the tail end of last year, I think the bait fish are really good. Thanks, Leroy. Take care, bud. Again, thank you for the super chat. I forget who that was already. My apologies on that, but thank you for the super chat. Very supportive of the channel. It's what keeps driving this channel forward. Next weekend, I'm hoping to have something, I'll just recap that real quick. I'm hoping to have somebody out for the Homeport series in the southern end of the lake. The weekend after that, if I remember right, is the trio of, it's going to be Black Sheep Lures, Mr. Chrome, and Strike Assist all in one night. So it's going to be a really good show. If you're not familiar yet with Black Sheep Lures or Mr. Chrome or Strike Assist, check them out. Some of those guys I've had on past videos. Black Sheep's never been on a video, but definitely check out their website, blacksheeplures.com. They are the ones that hand paint their plugs, hand pour and hand paint their plugs, and they came up with some plugs last year that Timmy and I ran on the boat in August. Absolutely destroyed the fish on them. So if you're having a hard time finding quality plugs, Dreamweavers are excellent. Don't get me wrong. DWs are great. Ace Highs are great. But those Black Sheep plugs are fantastic. They run crazy good, and the painting on those is top notch. So make sure you check those out. And Mr. Chrome, of course, check them out. They got really good stuff. They're coming up really strong in the Great Lakes Fishing Program. And Strike Assist, too. I gotta have allergies. I'm allergic to fishing. And Strike Assist. It's the company that allows the fish to be able to pull that lure into its mouth. Should be an excellent show. That's 2 weeks away. All 3 of those companies are going to be on here. So it's going to be really fun. Going to be interesting. All right. That's it. That's all I got. Let's get out of here. Black sheep lures caught walleye today. There you go. Cool. All right. See you, everybody.